We got the birthday boy a card. Birthday boy! We got you a little card, man.
Thank you.
I even translated it. Yeah!
Thinking to myself like self-you on everybody else. Fredo Al Capone, I got handguns, bigger than hell. Macho man, rapping Thinking to myself like self-you on everybody else. Fredo Al Capone, I got handguns, bigger than hell.
What is that? What is going on, Dank fam? It is your boy Mike Diesel. Today we're test riding yet another bike from 79Bike. I'm absolutely loving this brand so far. Introducing the 79Bike Falcon Lite, people. They've already came out with the Falcon Pro, the Falcon GT, the Lynx, and now we are looking at the 79Bike Falcon Lite. You might be saying to yourselves, an all black, basic looking bike. What is so special about this bike? The price tag. This bike only costs $2,500. First and foremost, you're gonna get some solid fast ace forks and a fast ace rear shock. As far as the battery goes, it's a 72 volt battery, 30 amp hours, so plenty of juice for this bike, and the top speed is right around 50 to 52 miles an hour. Moving on to the motor. The motor is definitely one of those things that's not similar to the Falcon Pro or the GT. It looks like its own new motor for this bike, and it's probably what keeps the price down low. But this motor still gets a solid 8 kilowatts of power, so I'm more than happy with it. And just for a little backstory on this bike, I've done an unboxing video and all kinds of other videos, saved it on my computer, took this bike out with the computer in my backpack and looped the bike. So not only did we scrape the tail up, I destroyed my MacBook with 5 years of footage on it. Yeah, we're gonna start the test ride and pick this bike up and see what it's capable of. Hope you guys enjoy. Dude, look how far the bar just went into the damn. When you drop it, you gotta turn the key on and off, even tipping it over like that. Like I said, I filmed a really cool review for this bike, but all the footage got destroyed. So we're just gonna refilm it again and just keep it real with you guys that I'm genuinely excited about this bike, but the fact that I'm not doing the first impression like the last video, it kind of takes away the surprise of how quality this bike is for 2,500 bucks. But I can say that I'm very impressed with it. Let's start off with the modes. So right now we're in sport mode. You're gonna have eco mode, and that's going to be like the chillest mode to get you the most range, which is 80 kilometers at 25 kilometers an hour. It's estimated to give you range wise. And if we switch it over one more mode, that's going to be drive mode, which is going to have more pep to it. Drive mode's actually nice. I can wheelie in drive mode pretty decently. It's not really struggling. And then sport mode is for maximum power if you want all the juice. And that's a touchy mode for wheeling and just riding in general. It's like if you try to just like lift the bike up, holy crap, you see what I'm saying? It just came off the ground, the front and back wheel. I'm not over exaggerating, like it's really touchy in sport mode. So keep that in mind. $2,500 hauler, but this thing rips. And I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm serious. So yeah, we'll get a little wheelie test in here real quick. This guy's gonna get me demonetized. What is this, Baywatch? Whoa! Oh, no, not the nipple knee knocker. The only thing I've done to this bike so far is disconnect the brake sensor. If you want to keep giving it power while holding the brakes, then you want to disconnect the sensor. Instead of unscrewing it from here, just trace the plug under this key right here and you can just disconnect it easily or plug it back in when you're ready. The reverse on this bike is crazy. It's like as fast as you want it to be. I feel like you can go as fast as you want in reverse, which is pretty silly on this bike. Well, silly in a good way. Maybe you gotta, you know, do 20 miles an hour in reverse to get out of a sticky situation. All right, so we're in drive. I'm trying to get it up a little bit. All right, now we're up. And it's just more chill and drive. And the grom work. Grom work. What does $2,500 get you for top speed? Start at 0 kilometers. Oh yeah, we're cooking. Kilometers, which I believe is right around 50-52 miles an hour. So the claimed top speed on this bike on the website, it is confirmed Can't complain though. I mean, 2,500 bucks, it's keeping up with $4,000 e-bikes. You can't be mad at that. I don't know what it is with these brakes though, is basically you gotta like kind of warm them up a little bit. With the fact I can wheelie the knobbies, means this bike is pretty simple to wheelie. As I'm about to crash, but you get the point. A very easy bike to wheelie. A sprocket and a street tire for the rear, I'd wheelie this thing all day long. So I guess comparison wise, if you're curious how this thing wheelies compared to like a light B or something like that, it's right up the same alley. If you can wheelie a light B easily, you could probably wheelie this thing easily. In fact, when I got my first e-bike, I could not wheelie with knobbies. Really, any e-bike that I get, I'm just not good with knobbies. But this one, having the knobby tires, they don't seem as aggressive as like a full-on dirt bike feel, so they kind of keep you a little bit more planted instead of wanting to fall over instantly. Wheelies, no complaints at all. You're missing a lot of the extra stuff that I personally don't use on my e-bikes. I'm just a go and stop kind of person with these things, so I don't really need the turn signals. It does have a switch right here for your light, so you can turn it on and off manually. And stuff like that, e-bikes usually don't come with an on and off switch, but it's really nice if you're in a sketchy situation once again, and you don't want a light visible. We got the horn, nice and loud. But that's about it. Light switch, mode button, reverse, and horn, and you're straight to business. Even the screen right here is pretty decent. It's not super premium, but it has all the info that you need. It's going to show you how much power you're using in the moment. So right there I was at 6 kilowatts. And then as far as the gear, it's going to show you right there. Gives you your kilometers. I do want to switch this to miles per hour, but I haven't figured that out yet. At the bottom corner is going to give you the temps for your motor for M, and then C for controller. A lot of extra stuff, even though this bike's pretty bare bones to get to that price range. I have no complaints with it. I really don't. Besides the brake not really working that well when you first start riding it. But once you start pumping it and getting it nice and seated on the rotor, it does okay. But until then, it is sketchy for me, because I yank bikes up and drop it back straight to balance point, and I hit the brake to get it to where I want it versus chasing it to that point. So if you do that, you better hope that brake's ready to catch you, and it wasn't when I fell with my laptop in my backpack. So yeah, I want to dedicate this video to my laptop. I really miss it, and hopefully we can get our data back on Monday.
Well, there you have it, people. A quick review of the Falcon Lite, straight to the point. This is the most bang for buck e-bike featured on the channel so far, with more than enough out the box to get you mobbing whatever the use. Here's the spec sheet for more details on this model. I don't make any money promoting this bike and simply wanted to give you guys an honest review on what to expect. I want to give a huge shout out to 79Bike for another successful addition to the lineup, and cheers to many more to come. Check them out at 79bike.com for more info. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And like always, keep it dank. Later!